Tracie Laymon,
Hi.
how are you?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for talking to me today. My partner and I, Pam, how we review movies together, we just loved Bob Trevino Likes It. I mean, just really loved the film. Thank you for talking to us today.
Oh, you
Uh,
bet.
there's so many things to talk about. I was wondering if you could talk to me a little bit about Barbie Ferreira. How did you find her? How was it working with her? I mean, she just has that quality of sucking you in. You're immediately on Lily's side. You're hoping for the best. She was just quite a find here for that film.
I had seen her in Euphoria and I'd loved her
Mhm.
vulnerability. She had such access to her emotions in her performance there, and I just really wanted more. I would just want I was like, I want to see this person all the time. I want a whole movie and a whole show about this person. And then I saw Unpregnant, and I'd seen her childlike awe in A Love Story with Betty Who, and her ability to make magic out of the everyday and use, such humor to deflect, and such she had such wit. And so I was like, wow, these things usually aren't all in the same person, but if you put them all together, that really is Lily. And so I had this, my instincts were just like completely lit up, and I was probably saying her name 10 times a day. I wanted to go to her. I couldn't even wait. They're like, we're putting it together, and like, can we go now? Can we go now? How about now? Can we go to Barbie now? Like, so I just knew.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's great that you found her because obviously it works very, very well. Pam and I were talking earlier today about how we live in this era in which we have so many forms of communication, and yet people still remain so isolated
Mhm.
and lonely. I find the film to be incredibly relatable in that way. I really think it's going to hit people where they live as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I think so too. Coming out of when we were coming out of the pandemic, I feel like that, I feel like in many ways we're still coming out of it in a way. And the internet and social media have been kind of used in some ways to divide us, or as dumping grounds for anger or negative comments. And but I remember when I first got Facebook, I was so excited, and I was like, oh, I can connect with old friends. I can find and people with similar interests. I can connect with people that I would never meet normally, that are halfway across the world. We're no longer limited by these things. And so I kind of longed for that innocence again. And I got it a little bit through this real life experience that the film is inspired by. So I felt like I could share that with people because, it can happen. We don't have to. And I'm not saying don't vet people. I'm not
Right.
saying everybody on the internet, but we can have these connections, and our kindness and our interactions online do matter, and they can make a difference.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that as well. Obviously, this is based on your own experiences. Obviously, there's a difference between reality and what you put on film. How quickly did this connection occur between you and the other Mr. Trevino, and where were I mean, how real, true to life is the film to your experience? I guess is what I'm asking.
So I think it is a work of fiction, but what I tried to stay true to the most was my emotional truth and the healing that I had experienced. I think that's what people are really relating to, because I was so vulnerable. I had gone on a journey very similar to Lily. I did have a father that had, with a dynamic was very similar to this. And in 2012, he was angry with me over a small thing, wouldn't call me back, wouldn't email me back. I was such a people pleaser. I was trying to fix it. So I thought, oh, maybe he's on Facebook. I put his name into Facebook, accidentally friend this other man with his name, not the name Bob Trevino, but his name, my
Right.
dad's, and woke up to a notification. Thought I had connected with my dad. I was like, all right, he's back. And then I look a little closer. It's not him. But I needed that. I needed that kindness. I needed, this stranger was liking my stuff. He was just saying kind things. He was never untoward or nefarious or ever doing it for any reason. It wasn't transactional in any way.
Mhm.
It was just kindness for the sake of kindness. And from someone, with a big age difference, it was like inner generational, father figure type. And I just said, well, this feels good. I'm gonna just stay in touch with this person because I think I need it. And it was years. It was actually 9 years of friendship.
Oh
Not
my gosh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You were so lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky.
Well,
And
both of you were lucky to have found each other.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and the thing is that I'm not sure I don't know how he would have known because I never told him, what he did change my life. I never, and that's that regret and that gratitude is why I had to make the film. So I was like, I never told him. So now I told his widow I have to tell everybody. I have to, so in the movie doesn't take place over the 9 years because it didn't take 9 years for him to change my life. He'd probably done it in a week. You can do it with someone's life in a day. So it was not important to me that we span that distance or anything like that.
So, how are you right now? How are you?
Thanks for asking. I feel good. I feel lighter. I was carrying around all this stuff, and the movie has given me a way to make art out of my pain a little bit. And they say tell your stories out of your scars, not your wounds, and I think by the time we were making this film, I could be objective enough about some of the things that I'd gone through that I was able to do it through my scars. And I naively thought, oh, my healing is done. Oh, great, I'll make this movie, I'm all done. And then, more healing when we're shooting, and then more healing with these audiences. And so I'm just excited about the journey. I'm excited to show up and, explore what's next. And I found um a lot of beauty in the fact that, what I used to think was my story, that I was alone with this. I'm seeing in audiences across the world that I'm not alone. There's so many of us who have gone through similar things, and that my story is not just my story, but it's our story in a way. And there's so much healing in that, to know that you're not alone, and that yeah, like in the movie he says we're all a little broken, but we're going to be just fine. That's how I feel. I feel like, yeah, we're all a little broken. We're all going through stuff, and we need each other, and we're going to be okay.
Well, I'm about to start crying again. So, um, thank you so much for putting your story out there, because I think right now, as you've just said, we need to hear that message more than ever, and it's a brave thing to put that out there. So thank you, and I just wish you the best of luck, and thank you again for this gift of a film.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be in theaters in Chicago, and my nephew's there, and he's a DePaul graduate, and
Oh, there we go.
yeah, yeah, and we love Music Box where we're going to be screening, and so
Ah,
and other theaters as well, but so thank you to your whole community, and we're with you in spirit, and please come to go to the theater because this is a communal experience.